So I thought it would be really cool if I did like a clean with me, like for a week, I guess. I'm gonna try to film every day, something that I do. So today is Monday, starting the week. And usually on Mondays I do bathrooms. And I just kind of clean up, tidy up, that kind of stuff. And then I also usually vacuum. I'm trying to get in the habit of vacuuming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we'll see how that goes. So I thought I would clean this week and then kind of take you along with me so that way you guys can kind of see like my cleaning routine. And I'll try to include the products that I do and everything like that. So we'll see how this goes. I'll do my best to film every day. That's what I struggle with. Anyways, this week, I just thought it'd be fun. I like this lighting. Oh, I don't know what this is. I might do a face mask one of these days. Just FYI. But yeah, I'm gonna get started. Take it with me. David washed the sheets, so I've already made the bed, which you'll probably see, and then we have towels in the dryer now. Sometimes, because today I worked for a few hours, so on days I work, I try to make easy to-do lists for David, and I feel like putting some stuff in the washer is pretty simple, pretty easy, so I had him do that, kind of to start the day. Yeah, we'll go from there. So I like to start in the bathroom just because I think that it's just get the worst task done first is my kind of like motto at home. So I like to start with the tub because it's the hardest part of the bathroom. So as you can see, I take everything out of the tub and then I will show you my products that I use, but I will spray it in the bottom and all over the walls, and then I scrub it down, and there it is. And yeah, we just go from there. Finally realized I needed some light in there. So as you see, I'm just spraying it down, and then I will grab my sponge here in just a minute and give it a good old scrub. So I like to use a sponge that is soft and kind of has like a netted mesh part. I feel like it does a good job and everything. So I'm just wetting my sponge here, and then that way I can scrub. I don't like using a dry sponge to do like the scrubbing part. I like to have it slightly wet, and then you'll see I wet it even more throughout the whole process. And I rinse my sponge, but I also usually rinse the tub as well. I just didn't show it in this video for some reason. So next I move on to the countertops, and usually I just start by cleaning them off. Usually I leave like my hair ties and stuff like that I use pretty much every day. I'll use that, leave that on the counter. So I clear it off just so I can give the countertops a good scrub down. So I just kind of start with one side and work my way over, and then I give the countertops a scrub with the same stuff that I use for the tub. And it's important to me that I really get the faucet and like the sink part of the bath, of like the vanity, just because that's where I feel like a lot of the germs go. So I just want to make sure that, yeah, I want to do the countertops as well, but the handles and the part, I feel like you actually spit into and stuff. Got to make sure it's all nice and clean. And once I'm done with that, usually I rinse out my sponge and then I get the toilet ready. But for some reason I skipped a step and decided to put everything back into the bathtub. So once the bathtub is rinsed and kind of dried out a little bit, I'll put everything back in the tub and just make sure it's ready for the next time I shower or David showers. Okay, so for the toilet, I use like a cleaning gel, but it has bleach in it. So I honestly really like this stuff. It does a good job. So what I usually do is before I finish the countertops, I will let it soak in the toilet bowl, and then I go and finish on the rest of the countertops. So I scrub, and then I also use a Clorox wipe because Clorox wipes kill flu and germs and stuff like that. And working in a hospital, you never know what you're bringing home. So whatever I can do to prevent any kind of germs and stuff like that from my family getting, I like to try to use. I just don't think it's fair to them. And then lastly, after I wipe down the counters with the Clorox wipe, I clean the mirrors. This one, I only have the one mirror. I don't know why I said mirrors plural. But I like the bottom usually gets stuff on it, so I really have to scrub hard up there. And sometimes I have to have David do the very top for me because I'm just a little too short. But then when I'm done with the mirrors, I will wipe down the counters just for that extra shine effect, just to make sure everything is nice and clean and pristine. And then I also wipe down the handlebars. As you can see, you grab those and you don't realize how many times you grab those and how dirty they can get. So I really do try to wipe down the handlebars and the counters or the cabinets just to make sure everything looks nice and clean. And then I put everything back on the countertop. Everything kind of has its place, and so I just keep it to where it goes. I do keep my badge and my watch that I wear most of the times to work and stuff on my counter there, just because that's the last place I in the mornings before when I'm getting ready. It's right before my last look. I want to make sure everything is on, so I kind of do my check of badge, watch, etc., etc. Then I move on to the toilet. As you can see, I give it a good scrub, usually with the netted side that you saw. I clean the bowl really good first, and then I move outside the toilet and I'll clean the upper rim part, and then I put the seat down and go from there. And then when I'm all done, I'll rinse out the sponge in the sink. I usually try to use warmish to hot water just because the bleach, and I want to make sure I get all of the product out of the sponge, just because what if there are extra germs, Yeah, I know, I'm a germaphobe. Anyways, and then when I'm done with that, I will squeeze it out and put it back in its place. And then usually I do wash my hands when I'm done cleaning the toilet, just because it kind of grosses me out. So you see me washing my hands there, and then I will go and dry them. Okay, and then I wipe the toilet down as well with Clorox wipes. I actually started doing this back when, I've done this my whole marriage pretty much. So I wipe down the seat and the top, and sometimes I will wipe down even the top of the toilet and the handle. That you use to flush. And then I also wipe down the front part and the part where behind, where you can still kind of see in the floor, just because I do live with a man and things happen. So I've always just done that just to be on the safe side. And then today the trash was a little full, so I did empty it, but sometimes I empty the trash every other week or just as needed basis. So then when I'm done with the bathroom, I usually move on to the kitchen, and I usually just put the stuff away on the counters, and then I will give the counters a good spray. Right now I'm using this product called Thieves. I absolutely love the way it smells. It's just smells so good, and it really is relaxing and makes me feel good about using it because it's all natural and it uses essential oils. So as you see, I'm spraying everything down. I spray just about everything down. And then and I still am putting stuff away, as you can see, and then I'll start wiping stuff down. You know, once a week I give everything a good spray down, but every night I try to wipe down the counters and like the stove or whatever I use that day. So if I use the microwave, I'll try to clean that, like wipe down the microwave, and vice versa, or not vice versa, and whatever. Wheatley's hoping that I drop stuff just because sometimes there are little crumbs on the counters and I don't see them, and so I end up getting them on the floor, and he always hopes that I'm dropping some food for him. And then I do try to use the same paper towel as much as possible. So what I'll do is I'll wipe one set of counters with one, and then I will flip it where like the dirty side is on the inside, and then I use the opposite side for the rest of the counters and stuff. So here you can see I'm wiping down the microwave. I do try to wipe down the handles and the stuff like that, you know, once a week, but like I said, on days I know I'm using it for sure, I'll try to give it a good wipe down. And then lastly, I move on to the fridge. So we have a stainless steel fridge, and so you can see all the fingerprints and stuff, and it just kind of grosses me out, especially on the handles. So actually I have updated my routine where I actually clean the handles of the fridge every single day. I'll clean the whole fridge, like as you see now, just once a week, but I do wipe down the handles every day. I think it's so gross to see the smudges and stuff, so yeah. So much better. Wow. Okay, so earlier I said I had a load of laundry that David put in the washer for me in the dryer. So here I am folding it. It was just towels and some blankets and stuff like that. I do wash my towels on the days I clean the bathroom, and then I will change out my towels after I take them from the bathroom, if that makes sense. And then I usually bathe Wheatley before I clean the bathroom and stuff like that. So there are a few towels from that as well. And then if we have a blanket on our bed or something like that, I'll try to wash that with our towels. Sometimes I'll do sheets and towels together. It just kind of depends on the week's demand, if that makes any sense at all. And I do have different ways. So some towels I fold one way, and sometimes towels I fold a different way, and I don't know why I do that, but that's just how I don't know. It's just how I do it, I guess. It's kind of funny. And I promise I did put them away. My clip just got deleted for some reason. And then lastly, I like to vacuum. I like to end my night on a good solid vacuum. So I clean the hardwood floors, and then I move into the bedrooms last, and even the bathroom I'll do. What I usually do, so we have a Dyson V7 Animal, and it has two settings. It has a max setting and a regular setting. So the max I'll do with the carpet, and the regular I'll do with the hardwoods and the tile floors. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video.